My bad. My shit was fucking up. I had to switch my internet connection because it was kind of. I don't want this shit to go slow, and I won't be able to get my message out there. But like I was saying in my last live stream, like already made $15 today, just this morning, and I could have made more, but like I said, like I'm trying to be careful because I'm trying to watch. I'm trying to put a little bit in there and leverage very little, but like right now, my what's it called? My shit, what's that shit called? My percentage rate or my win rate, that's what they call it. My win rate is pretty damn good. I think it was on the 5th or probably the 6th. I had a fucking 60% run rate where that's like that's like damn near professional. That's like professional. It's close to 70, 60 to 70. That's like advanced professional. If you have a win rate of 60 to 70%, that means if you did 10 trades, you're winning 6 to 7. That means even if you lose money, you're gonna end up getting on top. And the times where I ended up making a mistake, I was able to know what I did wrong. And like, cause you can really, so yeah. But that's the thing, like you guys gotta find a way to make money online because all these little bullshit ass jobs, like they need to shut this shit down. They really do. Like people talk, oh, they're laying everybody off and all that. They need to lay everyone the fuck off, to be honest. Like these jobs are fucking, they're soulless and they drain the fuck out of you. They drain the fuck out of you. So like it's crazy because I'm seeing how easy people make money doing this, and it's like it's just like you guys have an awakening and you guys realize shit you didn't realize before. Like, oh, I'm able to see the world the way it is and the corruption, but you didn't see it before because you have to awaken. That's the same thing I'm having with finances. Like all this time I wasted, I could have been doing this and studying this and like putting all my effort and energy. But like I said, this is what I'm gonna do from now on because it's not really. I just can't waste no more time because I'm at a crucial point right now. I can't waste any more time. I can't waste any more time. I wasted too much fucking time. I it's bad. I wasted too much time. So right now I'm done with it. Especially right now, Saturn's and Pisces, get this shit right now. Because once Saturn gets into Aries, I don't want to say it's too late because it's never too late until you're dead. But it's going to get extremely hard. And for 99% of people, you might as well just say it's too late. Because if you can't get it right now, then what makes you think if you get it right later? It's like if you can't run 2 miles with 2 feet, how do you think you're going to run 2 miles if you get a broken ankle? It's going to be harder. You see, you can still probably do it, but if you couldn't do it with your ankle working, your ankle's broken, it's going to be extremely hard. That's how it is with people. Like you couldn't get this shit right now. You couldn't give up certain desires and get yourself right and do all the work now. Then it's going to get harder. A lot of people are just going to even just give up. And then what's gonna happen is a lot of spiritual people are gonna give up the spiritual path, and then the government and the system, they're gonna have other programs out there, and then the people who give up spiritually are gonna rationalize in their brain why it's okay and why it's spiritual to not do shit and to be on the metaverse, because that's how deep it's gonna get. Because that's how human beings do. With human beings, they try to rationalize to make their situation feel better. Because a lot of people, they don't want to actually do the work and take responsibility, so they have to be like, oh, the reason I'm in this situation is because of the government and the system. It's like, no, bitch, the reason the government and the system was able to do this shit was because you weren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. This is why I'm kind of even stop predicting what the government and the system's gonna do, because it's like, if we wake up and do what we got to do, then their plans ain't gonna work. All that 2020 whatever plan, that shit was supposed to be worse than it was. It was supposed to be like more stages and levels to that, but it wasn't, because people are awake. Like right now, we have internet, we have Wi-Fi, we have social media. So anything that they do is going to be heavily critiqued, heavily analyzed, heavily exposed. They can't do anything without somebody making a video exposing they shit. So like they're in a conundrum right now where like this is part of the reason why they have to fucking bomb that Israel place. Like anytime you see them bombing some shit like that, that every war is a war on the people. So them bombing Israel, that's a war on us, the people. Every single war is a war on the people. So you see, and if you guys don't believe me, in Beverly Hills, there was an article I seen. It said it says since the Israeli attack, security and police force has been they have more police force in Beverly Hills or some stupid shit like that. And in my mind, I'm like, wasn't this the same Beverly Hills? Everybody was running up into the Gucci store and taking shit and robbing people and follow home. That people were following people home to their mansions and to their house and robbing them and shit. Like this shit happens every fucking day out here and shit. So why the fuck are all of a sudden police presence with this whole bombing thing? And we already know who bombed the people. It was the same people that are telling the police they need to go do what they see. So like it's a war on the people. So all that shit is just other shit that's gonna down the line affect what's going on here. And like it's hella weird. And then even when you look at the gas prices, remember the gas prices was hella high? Now it's hella low all of a sudden. That's what I'm saying. Like it's some weird shit going on. There's a lot of things. This shit's deeper than a lot of you guys think. Like it's not just so cut and dry like you guys think it is. It's like different levels to this shit. Like literally, there's like different levels, and there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. Like especially with the people who run this system and everything, it's not like what you guys think. There's a lot of shit going on. So all I can tell you guys, like, just do what you got to do, man. Like that's like the only thing. And it's getting easier to do that depending on who you are. Like me, the way I see it, I look at negative. I transmute energy. So anytime I see something negative in my life, I like to transmute it and make it better. So right now, you see how the way the world is and the energies are speeding up and everything is just so chaotic. I'm using this as a time to better myself and to learn different things and to do different things. Because right now, Saturn is transiting my seventh house. My sun is transiting my sun right now, Saturn, and it's weird because ever since it started transiting my sun, which is in the seventh house, I've been just having like my relationship with people have been just different with me. Like even with family and shit, it's hella weird. I don't want to get too personal, but a lot of things are changing to the point where I'm realizing like you're really on your own in this world. Ain't nobody got to really be there and help you, and don't even love anything too much, because the moment you love something too much, the spirit will create a situation for you to not love that shit no more, or it will create a situation where like it's because it's trying to teach you that you don't want to do anything too much. You don't want to hate too much. You don't want to love too much. Even though hating too much, that's hard to not do because some people really need to be hated a lot, but you have to learn how to not be too much in these fucking energies, because you're just going to create a situation that's going to teach you a lesson that you may not want. Because like at this point right now, it's like I can't even connect with anybody. Like it's weird, and like you guys say that, like I've been saying this on this channel every day. Oh, you say it all the time. I do say it all the time, but like you guys aren't understanding me. Like in my life, and with Saturn transiting my seventh house in my sun, it's hitting ever since I would say May. It's gotten worse, and I don't want to say it's worse like in a bad way. It's good because my awareness is going up, and as my awareness goes up from me doing this yoga, the fasting, deep meditation, aka shadow work, by me doing all this, I'm able to see real, like even with the trading stuff right now. I wasn't talking to you guys about trading 2 years ago. It's not that I didn't know about it, or I didn't, because my dad's been doing this for a minute and he tried to get me in it, but I couldn't do this 2 years ago. Even a year ago, it was hard for me to do, because when I used to look at the charts, and it used to be too much for my mind, because it used to be hard. But ever since me doing the yoga and fasting and the meditation, I'm able to get aware of that. That's why you guys see me. I don't talk the same as I did 2 years ago. I talk different because I'm getting more of my ability, so I can do what I got to do. We each have abilities. So I'm doing the trading because I'm realizing like my awareness is going up, and Like I need to take I can do some shit. I can use my mind to do things. And with this awareness, I'm also seeing people that I'm also like, I feel the energies of people a lot more. So if somebody is on some bullshit, I can pick that up. And it's to a point where I can't even stand to hear these people, these sheep talk. Like when I hear people just speak and talk, it's very I don't even know the word, but I have a very disdain feeling. And it's not like hatred or something. It's just like it's so fake. Everyone is just so damn fake. And it's to a point now where I don't like to be like I don't like to be a demon and a vampire, but it's to a point now where I kind of like I don't take anyone serious no more. Like if you sound a certain way and if you look a certain way, aka like one of these bots, I can't take you serious no more. I can't take you serious because like there's nothing you can tell me that's important. The only thing a bot can teach me is through their actions based on a mistake. So if a bot gets his head blown off, I can learn from that bot to not do what that bot did to get my head blown off. So that's the only way these bots they can't teach me no knowledge. They can only teach me through their actions and mistakes. That's what you got to understand. Like they'll say, "Oh, this old people have wisdom." Open, shut the fuck up. Old people are dumb as fuck. If you're old and you have spirituality, you have a business portfolio, you have real estate, you have accomplishments, you've overcame emotions and desire. If you're an old person and you've done that, you have knowledge. But if you're an old bum ass nigga who didn't do nothing but work for the man the past 30, 40 years of your life, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Because anything you think you can tell me, because they'll sit there and be like, "Oh, I can tell you, I've been through this." Well, if you have all this experience and you've been through all this, use that experience to go be like the other old people that are making millions of dollars or successful in their spirituality. Go be like them. Don't worry about trying to prove that you need to prove to some youngster that, "Oh, I know more than bitch. If you know more, go do more." All I see is a bunch of old fucks out here who voted all these retarded ass politicians and ran up the debt and did stupid financial. You didn't have financial responsibility, and now the country and this whole system is all fucked up because of you old fucks. If you really want to get technical, I don't like to even really say it like that, but if you really want, I'm just speaking on their level. Like you're responsible for this shit, and then the kids grow up. They call them the kids, and then they say, "Oh, the kids don't want to do this, don't want to do that," and it's like, bitch, because we're in a different time. You don't want to do this and do that because the shit that we got to do in this time you don't want to do. You want to do the old shit. That's where you complain that Joe Biden is fucking the country up when bitch this country's already been fucked up. When has it not been fucked up? If anything, he probably needs to do what he needs to do so shit can actually change and people can actually get retribution for being a fucking dickhead. Niggas need their karma. That's how I look at it. I look at it now like everything that the government, Joe Biden, and all these people do is the people's karma. People deserve it. The only reason, like, and because it's just crazy, man. The only reason I feel like, because when you go to Africa and all these other countries and you see how they're like suffering and shit, and you be like, why are they suffering but America's not? And the way I look at it, like, the only reason America ain't suffering because America probably is actually producing something. And the countries that aren't suffering is because they're producing something. The moment these countries stop producing, then they're gonna start having that same fate. It's not like, oh, they care about people in the US or there's some type of karma that's protecting people. No, it's because in America, you have the stock market, you got real estate, you got business, you got health, education. Same with UK, same with Australia, same with all these other countries, Japan. But the moment the people stop fucking up, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up fucking making this place a goddamn like South Sudan. And if you think about it, if you look at the US right now, it's kind of getting that way. You see how the system keeps gradually getting worse as time goes on? And I'm telling you guys, like eventually in the next couple of years, US, when Saudi gets in the air, US is going to be on a decline. Don't be surprised if they stop shipping shit from China. Don't be surprised. And if they do still continue to ship shit from China, they change it up, it's not going to be because a lot of you guys think that when you make these predictions and they'll go wrong, that you were wrong. But no, sometimes your predictions are right, but because everything is real time. So with the people of the government, what they do is in order for them to make their next moves, they have to see, they have to go on social media and see how the sheep are reacting. So it's like you got people on the internet trying to study the Masons, and you got Masons studying the people. It's funny. So this is what makes their decision. So if they if they fucking, I'm not, because I say they're gonna stop shipping shit from China, which that's what I'm seeing. But if they don't, that's gonna be because something else happened from this point until then, where something switched. It's not no everything is set and done. Some things is like that, but it's still like the whole pandemic shit. That shit was not supposed to go how it went right now. They're trying to bring that shit back again because it didn't work. So they're trying to bring it back again, which as far as this, they might as well just give up on that because ain't nobody getting that shit. But like I said, like I'm telling you guys, like this shit ain't no fucking joke. Once this shit's gonna get, once the Saturn gets to the Aries, you're gonna see the system start collapsing like crazy. Pretty much when I say collapse, it's collapsing right now. But look at it like this: like everything that is a problem with the system, each year add a little bit worse. And then it's gonna keep getting worse and worse. Eventually, they already passed a bill in this state talking about fucking they're gonna ban Skittles and shit. And because of the toxins in the food, and you notice how they said they're gonna close the stores because of the theft. None of that has to do with the toxins or the stores. All of this shit has to do with the trade and the resource. A lot of other countries, because every single thing, this shirt, this fucking car, the material for this fucking every little thing, this bottle cap, it's a resource, and it has to be made and it has to be shipped and bought for and paid for. And if shit is going on when that's not able to happen, this is why you guys see shrinkflation. Everything's getting smaller. The food is getting different. It's because everything is phasing out. And then now they have to give you a reason. Oh, we got to close down the stores because of theft. Oh, we got to get rid of Skittles because it's unhealthy. No, bitch, you got to get rid of Skittles because there's not going to be any more foods on the shelf like that. A lot of the foods you guys like aren't going to be on the shelves. Like pretty soon, there probably won't even be Oreos and M&Ms no more. Chocolate, they're going to have to make a fake 3D printed chocolate. Like this is why I'm telling you guys, like steak, all the food you like is not going to be here for it eventually. It's going to be gone because of what's going on. So this is why they're talking about 3D printing food. They're not just saying like, oh, we want to be future and bitch, there is really no future. Nigga, future's right now. Anything that's happened before, if it didn't happen before, it can't happen right now. And if it's happening right now, it could have happened a million years ago. There's nothing that went on then that didn't go on right now. So that's what you guys got to understand. I forgot what I was on, but like you guys see what you guys see what I'm going. This shit's getting crazy. Literally lost my train of thought right now. My mind be working so damn quick, I'd be losing my train of thought sometimes. Somebody remind me where I was at. You guys got to remind me sometimes where I'm at, because I'd be just. Uh, hold on, let me go on my iPad, see where I was at. I totally forgot where I was at. Yeah, I was talking about the resource and everything. That's really why they're closing everything down. It's because of what's going on. And even if it's not what's going on, at the end of the day, shit, you guys see it. Like you guys see the shrinkflation, you guys see all that shit, and you guys see how once they bring out 3D printed food, it's gonna be as a what's the word for it? It's gonna be as a replacement. Because it's gonna be good because there's gonna be so much food disappearing from the shelves because other countries aren't gonna be shipping stuff to the US like they once were. Because like certain things are happening where shit's not gonna be shipped to the US. like it was previously. So US is gonna be more like a. This is why they're gonna start implementing measures like shoplifting, like to stop shoplifting and theft. And they're trying to say, oh, we need more security. We have to close down these stores. We get. It's not because that you're stealing. The people are stealing. It's because there's going to be less resources coming into the US. So therefore, that's with that less resource, they have to buckle down more and create 3D printed food. They have more police at the stores. They have to close some of the stores, put everything in Amazon because of the way the trade system and shit is going. So now, because of all that shit, now everything is gonna be like the way it is, and they're gonna have more police and AI bots and shit, AI cops, everything. And then they talk about $20 an hour for minimum wage because I seen a post talking about, oh, $20 minimum wage. If we're gonna McDonald's, people who work at McDonald's are gonna get paid $20, and I'm like, you niggas is dumb as fuck. Who the fuck's gonna really go pay? Whatever, man. These niggas is dumb. That's gonna put so many people like, because if you're paying people $20 an hour, it's gonna be harder to get employment at McDonald's. Like finding work at McDonald's isn't gonna be as easy because they're gonna have less people, and then those less people are gonna have to do more work. If I'm a fucking franchise owner, why the fuck am I gonna hire 10 people and pay them $20 an hour if I can hire five and make them do more work? And I can justify the more work by saying, well, I'm paying you $20 an hour because other people are paying $20 a fucking hour. They got fucking warehouse jobs out here. They don't even pay $20 an hour, and your ass is fucking beat at the end of the day with all that fucking aches and pains and all that bullshit that you got mental and physical bullshit they put you through. They don't even get paid 20. So how the fuck is some goddamn fat burger flipping grease ball gonna make the same amount of fucking money? And then the thing is with human beings, you can't really keep giving a human being what they want because human beings they will complain. So you give them $20, eventually they're gonna complain they need 25. You give them 25. So human beings are never satisfied. That's what you guys gotta understand. Like you guys don't get it. Like human beings are never satisfied. Like why you think you see like example, the dude who owns a large fucking hedge fund corporation or whatever the fuck that makes hundreds of millions. Why don't they just give up their business and just live off their money if that's enough money? Obviously, they're not satisfied because it's not even really about the money sometimes, and it's other shit that's involved, and like human beings are just never fucking satisfied. So you guys got to understand that. And it's not, I'm not saying it's a bad or a good thing. It's like, because it really is not really a bad thing because we're not supposed to be satisfied so we can always grow and be the better, greatest version of self. But if you not satisfied and you always want somebody to give you something, and when they give you something, then you're a bitch ass nigga and you deserve to be unsatisfied. You're always supposed to use that energy to better yourself and want better for yourself, not use it to fucking be ungrateful. Yeah, but shout out to everyone in the room. Or 7 grand, one person in the room. I just want to make this little live stream for you guys just to talk. I just made some money on my fucking thing, so I was feeling like I'm in a good mood. So I was like, "Ooh, cat, let me just make a live stream." But yeah, yep. Damn, that shit went down. No, it didn't. Yeah, I was just looking at some. But what's good with everyone? Anybody got any questions? I might invite somebody in the room. I don't know. Because I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this. Yeah. Oh damn. Hold on, give me a minute. Yep, and today Venus is in Virgo today. Venus is in Virgo today. So there's a new placement. Yeah, that's probably why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling right now. But there's a lot of energies. We got a new moon, a solar eclipse actually Saturday. And it's crazy because I got my solar eclipse in Libra. I got Libra in the second house, which is Taurus, finance. And it's weird how we're coming up around this time and I'm like finding this new way because it's just weird, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these astrology shit is on point. For everyone, it's on point. Everyone's going through some type of change in something right now. Even if you don't know it, and you're like, "What am I going?" Is something's about to happen real soon where you're gonna know it. Or some people are just so damn ignorant; it'll be happening in front of them and they don't know it. Like they just so. That's another reason why I can't fuck with people no more. It's another reason I can't fuck with people because most people they don't want good for themselves. They just want to do the same shit. And like the faster time keeps speeding up, the more I I just don't have a tolerance for people who don't do shit with their fucking life. I have no tolerance because I like the days are going by so damn fast. And it's like before it was different because I'll wake up in the morning, do my shit, and then but now it's like the days goes by so quick, and then like you see people that go to work, come home and do the same shit, but then they never question like life is just going by and they're not doing that. Like me, when life goes by too quick and I'm not doing it, I question it and I say something. But these motherfuckers just keep living. So I'm looking at it like, okay, these people, they're just have a lower awareness level and they don't see it like I see it. So since they don't see it like I see it, I can't be around you no more. So anybody who does not think like me, I cannot be around you. I cannot be around you because if I'm around you, then I'm gonna be participating in your reality, and I don't want to be a part of your reality. Like if somebody if you're trying to become great, you cannot be around somebody who does the same thing every day because you're gonna have that energy in your reality and then you're not gonna manifest that. This is why when you do, they'll say, "Oh, why do rich people they don't hang out? They always change, or they don't hang out with people who have look." A rich person can never hang out with a person who makes less money. You can't, because like let's just say if you have a friend or let's just say you know someone you're right and they're your friend, but it's not like a spiritual tribe friend. It's a friend based on this matrix, and you become successful. At the end of the day, you have to be. If you become great, you cannot be around the people you used to be around. You cannot, because if you do, you're going to be playing out egotistical, narcissistic energy without you knowing it. You're going to be being yourself, but you're going to be playing it out because by default, when you're somebody successful and great and you're around somebody that isn't, by default, automatically, without even you knowing, you're going to be playing out narcissistic, egotistical energy. And then they're going to feel like a certain way. And then if you don't give them what you worked hard for and earned on your own, they're gonna feel like, oh, you changed and you did. But in reality, it's you guys weren't supposed to be. So there's nothing wrong what he's doing, and there's nothing wrong what you're doing. The only thing wrong is you guys are in the same situation. You guys are in each other's lives. You need to fucking leave. So that energy doesn't play out, and you need to find people who are successful like you. He needs to find people who are bums. Like I'll see fucking homeless people with like dudes that are homeless, and they have a woman, and the woman is homeless, and then the woman she be not bad looking, like not like some ugly all, but she's like normal. Like she would look like identical to like a regular female that's like an 8 or 7 average, and but be homeless. And he was able to manifest that and attract it. But then I see other dudes be like, I can't get no guy or girl, and guys, I can't get no guy. Whatever. It's like, bitch, that has nothing to do with any of that shit. It's your energy's all fucked up. So, like that's what I'm saying. Everybody, you gotta be getting where you fit in and be that. There's somebody for everyone. Like I be seeing, because like I guess I have Saturn in the 7th house, so a lot of spiritual shit be happening when it comes to like and weird shit when it comes to different people and shit. Like I be seeing certain shit play out in synchronicities, and it'll be hella weird. Like motherfuckers, like I said, okay, oh, perfect example. I'm so glad I remember this. It's a few days ago, right? I was at the store, And I was talking to this one, it was one girl, she was talking to her. It wasn't like nothing like sexual, no, it was just talking about something. I forgot what it was. And when I was talking to the girl, I'm like, this girl's cool. Like, she looked like somebody I can like talk to, is normal. And it's weird because the next day I met another dude at that same store, and I was like, this dude's cool. I can talk to this dude. And it was the autistic dude I was talking about who wanted me to be his payee, or so he could put me on his pay account so I could pay him his money and he'll like give me a little bit. It's that dude. I met that dude the day before I met the girl. And I'm like, this person's cool. And usually I don't meet people I'm cool. I talk to them and tell me why. Like a few days later, I see both of them hanging out. Mind you, these people don't know each other. I see both of them hanging out. And I've never seen it. So I'm like, okay, that's what it is. It's some type of energy thing, because just like I was like, we were cool, and then I was cool with her, that energy was more connected. So it was like, you see what I'm saying? Kind of like a tribe and shit. And like, but I'm not saying they're my tribe, but it's an energy. I'm not saying they're my tribe though, but like it's an energy. You gotta be in where you're at. So once you become successful, you have a different energy. So this is why you will never see a rich person hanging out with a regular person. And then they'll say, "Oh, why these rich people? They think they're." It's not that they think they're good. At the end of the day, in order to become wealthy and successful for 99% of people, you have to go through certain pain and effort and struggle and overcoming things, because the spirit will put you through things before it gives you certain things for most people. And by the time these people go through that, they have a different outlook. So they're not thinking like the other sheep. So the sheep's like, oh, why does he just give me the money? But they're not looking at, look at what I went through to get this money. You would never know that because you didn't go through it. If you went through it, you would know it. So you're looking like, why don't you just give me this money? It's like, it's not even about that. It's something deeper. And you ain't, and since you ain't shit, the spirit, your energies ain't gonna even allow you to even get shit like that and be around a person like that. This is why I'm like, you gotta realize like what this world is, so you can like. So that's something. Watch. You guys are lucky. You guys found my videos, because don't when I talk, I don't just teach you guys from what I don't just listen to the words I'm saying. Don't just listen. Don't just learn from what I'm telling you. Learn from how I'm telling you. Just like I say, we're laughing at you, not with you. Learn not only with me, but learn at me. Learn what I'm telling you. Like, and use it. Like, I'm trying to teach you guys how to think. This is the best way to break it down. I'm trying to teach you how to think. I'm not trying to teach you how to just think like me. So how I attack subjects and how I attack this reality in terms of how I would like, if a situation happened and how I perceive it and think about it, I'm teaching you guys how to think. Don't think about it like the way they taught you in the square. Get outside that square and attack it from a different perspective. Then you're gonna come up with answers, because there's an answer for everything in this reality. But you got to get out of that fucking way of thinking. And I feel like they fuck with I don't know. I feel like these niggas is watching my video. I could be just delusional, and maybe but I feel like these niggas is watching my video. And the only reason I feel like that is because 99% of people on the internet are fucking retarded. And I'm not saying I know everything, but my goal isn't to just sit there and tell you every single thing and it's right. My goal is to get you thinking a different way. That's why I have my channel. A lot of you guys say, oh, no, he's up here just ranting and you just talking all this. And I'm gonna actually make a video about this right here. I'm gonna have to in this live chat. We're gonna talk about this shit right here, because a lot of people probably think I'm actually kind of out here trying to teach people how to be and exactly listen to me. I'm trying to put a different. I'm trying to spark a different way of thinking on this internet. And I feel like some of these people, they don't like it, because it's not technically what I'm saying, but it's how I'm saying it. Because I know how to say the most simplest shit in a certain way to get you thinking outside of the box. And I don't think they like that shit. So like, that's to say, all my shit doesn't have to be right, but the fact that I'm talking and speaking like this, it makes people think in a certain way that they don't want you to think in the system. And thinking like this will tear this shit down. It'll tear down Hollywood and all their programs, and it'll just fuck everything up, because everything's connected. They need it. So that's why I'm gonna keep putting these videos out and keep being how I am, because they don't think they like that shit. But I don't, because I feel like my channel be fucked with. and it just a lot of weird shit be happening. But I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping because I don't like because what I'm thinking is they probably have some type of AI machine and shit. Yeah, they say somebody said they watch the celebs. I don't give a fuck about ain't no celebrity shit. A celebrity is just somebody's bitch. So whoever writes that celebrity check, that person, they're the bitch of that person. They're the bitch for that person. So I can a celebrity is peons to me. They're nothing. I can give a fuck about a celebrity. I don't. To be honest, I don't even want a celebrity to even fucking say my. Well, actually, I do because I can get clout and shit or fame, whatever, and maybe my name might buzz. But I can give a fuck about a celebrity unless you about to promote me or you about to give me a motherfucking handout. If you ain't about to give me a fucking handout, or if you ain't about to fucking promote me or give me something, then don't fuck with me. I give a fuck about your bitch ass celebrity status. Unless you're gonna give me something, don't fuck with me. Don't say I give a fuck about you. The fuck, I hate celebrities. Like they're pointless. A celebrity is no different than Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a celebrity. Why do you think they put Arnold Schwarzenegger in the fucking governor's seat? Because the actors are the government. The actors are the police, the feds. So there's some people, the dumbass people, they don't understand. It's all connected. You niggas don't understand. It's all connected. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the president. Then they talk about Kanye gonna be the president. Kanye taking a picture with fucking Trump with a hat. Trump is a high fucking ranking Mason. He's deep in this shit. Generation defense. So why the fuck is this stupid crony ass nigga with somebody that has like generations of bloodshed of this fucking system and contributing to that shit? Like it's weird. That's what I'm saying. Like, and wearing that little MAGA hat. Like, nigga, you a fucking agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then people think, oh, Kanye, he's saying something. Kanye ain't saying shit. He's saying common fucking sense. It's like, it's just like the whole racist thing. It's like the whole racist thing. Um, when somebody says something, depending on who says it, is gonna have more of an impact. So me as a, they say, oh, racism doesn't exist. Racism does exist. Let me tell you why it exists. It exists. The reason racism exists is because as a black person, if I go into a public setting and I'm like, fuck you, people are going to look at me more intimidating and more with preconceived notions than if a white person said, fuck you, in the middle of a store. Black people already looked at as animal, and because black people, we got more testosterone in us as a race of people. Like we all, because even men and women, we all got men and women, we all got testosterone. I think women got a little bit of it, just like we got a little bit of estrogen, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but black people were more of like uh, we're more out of, because like you got like the people who read like the original like type. I don't even want to get into it, but black people, we're more of a certain type. We have something else in us, so we're more intimidating. So if you go, like example, if you go get the most intimidating white person that's 300 pounds and 7 foot, a white person, and you put him next to a 7 foot 600-pound black nigga, the same size height, the black person gonna look more intimidating. This is what they call as animal, all that shit. So it's already put in that black people were more like, we're more tougher, we're more, and that racism will always be there. Because I remember when I was back in high school, a white kid came up to me, he's like, don't think you can win. He's like, I could beat your ass just because you're black. Don't think you can win. And I never said anything about race. So that already tells me in his mind, he's already thinking about race. You see what I'm saying? He's already thinking about race. I didn't say nothing about race, but he's like, just because you're black doesn't mean you could beat me. I will never forget that nigga saying that. And I'm like, this shows you the world will always be racist. And I seen this guy hanging out with a black person. So it shows you this world will always be fucking racist. It doesn't matter. That's why I look at it like it depends on who's saying it. So when Kanye West says, "Oh, the Illuminati has these plants," it sounds weird, deep, but if I said it, it'll be like, oh, he just speak on the internet. But since Kanye's saying it, it's because the person. So now people care, and that's a big thing because he's so. It's all depending on who says what. That's how this world is. There'll always be judgmental and racism and all that shit would never not exist. If you, even if you're not black and you seen a black person in the middle of the street acting crazy, or let's just say you're in the middle of the mall and a black person acting crazy, your ass is gonna be thinking about preconceived notions about him being black. You're going to be focusing on the color of his skin subconsciously without knowing it. You probably are. You're going to probably come up, oh, a black person's doing it. It's interesting. Let me look. Even if you're not, you're like, oh, I want to look. That's what I'm saying. You niggas are going to do that. If it's a white person, you're going to be looking more at the subject. Like, okay, we got a crazy person acting weird. We need to subdue him and apprehend him. But if it's a black person, gonna be like, you're gonna see race. You say, oh, it's a black person. Well, and even black people, look at what our people do. Look what our people do. But when a white person doesn't, you don't see, look what our people do. You just see, look at that person. See, even black people, we contributed because when a black kid be acting crazy, they'll say, look at our people. But then when a white kid act crazy, nobody says that. They just say they attack the subject. Well, okay, we need to stop this nigga from doing bad stuff. Which that's how you should attack it, not it shouldn't be behind the pretense of, oh, we need to get our black people. This is what I'm saying. Like, fuck this shit. That's why I say racism will always exist. Like, I was in a store the other fucking day. Like, I probably told you guys. And the bitch is sitting there looking at me like I'm walking, not. And when I walk by people, I could pick up energy. I know who. This is why I get away with stealing so much because I know I can feel their energy. So, like, motherfucker, like I was at the store one day, right? And I picked up a pair of headphones. And the lady see me pick the headphones up. So most people would just took the headphones because you don't ever want to let them see you pick up the item. So when I picked what I did, I picked up the headphones and then she turned around. And when she turned around, she pretended that she didn't see me. She pretended. So when I take the headphones, she'd be like, where's the headphones? So what I did was when she turned around, I took the headphones in my pocket and I picked up another pair. And then I was walking the store with the pair, and then I set the pair down in front of her so she see me, and I left the store. And then she didn't even ask me because she thought that was the pair. So I'm always a step ahead, and I don't do this with everyone because, like I said, it's even deeper because I can feel the energy. Some people I can feel their energy, and I don't even have to do that. I could just take the headphone because I know they don't care. So like I'm just levels to this shit where I play like I said, like because I'm more smarter than these people. Like the only way, like that's what I'm saying. I'm more intelligent and I know more. So bitch, you can't get the fuck out of here. And then the other bitch, she's all sitting there like looking at me. When I was before I was gonna walk past her, I rolled my fucking eyes. I'm like, this bitch is gonna say something. I already know. She didn't say nothing, but I see her from the corner of my eyes just looking at me. And then when I was like, I turned around, I'm like, why the fuck are you looking at me? I'm gonna call corporate and have your ass fired and dealt with if you keep harassing me. I said that. And she's like, oh, like when you catch a kid in a lie, how they start stuttering. That's how she was. She like, I was just looking at the shelf over here, and when you look on the shelf, it was nothing but firewood. But on her fucking in her cart, where she was stocking, it was food. So she wasn't stocking firewood. And when I was walking past her, she was walking past me like she wasn't even looking at the aisle. So how the fuck would I stop you? All of a sudden, you're looking at the aisle now. See, I'm not dumb. My mind is like 1,000 steps above, and it's not even that I'm not dumb. It's just because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm the most intelligent, even though I know I am intelligent. It's more of a game of these people are just very stupid. If you're dealing with a bunch of kindergartners in a classroom, you're obviously going to be the most intelligent one if you're a grown ass man. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm dealing with a bunch of fucking dumbass kids. This whole world, I look at everybody as a dumbass, and sometimes I kind of like I'll see somebody who like I respect. It might be a sheep and they're nice and I respect them and they may have taught me something, but I know I'm more smarter and intelligent than them. And I feel bad for having those feelings sometimes. Like because I'm so damn smart. I'll see somebody who's like in a certain position, but then I don't look at it like that. I can see the flaws in what they're doing and I can even call them out and see. And then I feel bad that I should be looking up and respecting this person because they're like, it's just weird. Like sometimes I kind of feel in a way, not guilt, like in a way, I don't want to say guilty, but kind of like guilty in a way, but bad that it's just weird. Not all the time. That's like a 0.1% of the time, but like it's hella weird because most of these people are just so dumb. Oh yeah, let me read some of these questions. You gotta always be a step. And Jay, you said something about you stole some shit. I'm not. I'm. You say you stole some shit in the store or something. Like I'm not advocating anybody to steal. I'm not saying for you guys to do it or to not do it, but I'm just saying I don't want you guys to be like, oh, I do it and I'm not gonna get caught. And what at the end of the day, like I'm just doing it. I'm not telling anybody to do it. But if it's up to your choice, I can't force anyone to do anything. But I don't want to make it look like I'm making people do this shit. To be honest. And the only reason I say that because I don't want somebody to get in trouble and then that's blood on my hand. But like I feel you though, like but you guys better get in while it's good though, which is kind of hypocritical for me to say after just what I fucking say, but because they're about to shut this stealing shit down. They're about to shut this shit down cold. Like eventually, they're gonna shut. I'll probably say probably a couple more years because as the resources keep getting worse and worse, and things keep getting declining in this country, they're gonna end up having to protect the shit that they have. So it's gonna get probably a little bit more harder to steal eventually. So that's why it's good to get in. That's why I'm getting all the shit I can get right now while it's good. Get everything you can right now. Because pretty soon they're gonna shut everything down. Like if most people are stupid, they're looking at it like, oh, it's the wrong, it's stealing, and look what they're doing. But in reality, it's supposed to be like, let me get in while it's good right now, and then before they shut everything the fuck down and put everybody in timeout like they did 2020. That's just fucking hilarious. Yeah. I'm probably gonna do some more trading later on today. Yeah, this thing went up big time. Yeah, but he's like they're closing hella WalMarts where I'm at. Yep, they're closing everything. Easy. Yeah, I've been stealing for a minute. Ever since 2007, I've been stealing. It's not like a lot of niggas just got into it right now because since the pandemic shit, they're like having. Like, I was doing it like for years, so it's like I've been. I remember back in 2013, I used to go to like fucking Dollar Tree and literally fill up my whole backpack of candy. That's why I really need to fast because like a lot of you niggas, like you guys, like me, I ate so much crap because I'll spend I'll steal all my food like you know how you people eat like M&Ms, chips, and all that. Most people they eat it based on if they can afford it. Me, I never needed to afford it because I would just steal it. So like I used to eat that shit so damn much back in the day. Like I used to get high and eat. This was like back in 2013. I used to just sit there and eat chips and fill up my whole bag of Slim Jims and M&Ms literally like, every day. Just go in there, just eating and smoking and get munchies and eat. And like I did that shit so much, like I can't even do that shit now. Like I can't even do that shit now. Like nowadays, I don't even fucking even when I smoke, like I think weed and food is connected to me because even when I smoke, it's like I can't even smoke like that no more. I'm gonna read some of these questions though. Yeah, I can never work at a 9 to 5. I can never work there. Last time I did years ago, Man, that shit was horrible. It wasn't horrible, but it's fucking annoying because one thing is with me, like I'm just trying to mind my business and go and do my thing, but like it's always somebody that fuck because I don't know what it is, but it's somebody like it will like fuck up my routine. Like I'll be there and everything will be good. I'm doing my thing, but then it'll be a problem, and it's like it's always a problem and an issue. Like these play one thing about these places is that some places are like, especially when you go to these big places like Amazon and Walmart and like those big corporations that hire everyone, they they program a lot of the managers and the people in charge to be very toxic. They program the manager to be very toxic, and they need to do this to keep that system running how it's meant to be running. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that successful. Because if they don't do that, their company won't be successful. So, in order for you to have a successful company in this system, you have to have like a toxic ass work environment, because that means everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, because people aren't looked at as human beings in the work environment. They're looked at as energy source. So if you're not producing energy, you're gonna get fired. So that's what you guys gotta under fucking stand. Like a lot of people, they don't understand that shit. Like these jobs are fucking they're it's supposed to be toxic, because what they do is they'll have like the people, like they train the higher ups in these corporate jobs to always look for a problem. Even if there's no problem, always look for a problem. And from that problem, try to keep picking at that problem and try to get somebody fired. And if you can't get nobody fired, and you try, that means the everything's running good because everybody's following the rules. So they always have to look for an issue and a problem. That's the thing I realized. Like it's crazy. Like the warehouse I was working at years ago, that shit was funny because these stupid ass niggas, these niggas, they wanted us to run around a whole warehouse and get all the trash and all this other crap. And then on top of that, we have to dust every square inch of the warehouse. And the warehouse was like the size of like 2 football fields or some shit. It was a huge ass warehouse. It was a big ass warehouse, like a gigantic one, like 2 or 3 super Walmarts or some shit like that. It was huge. So we gotta fucking dust that whole, like, cause the motherfucker's like looking, wiping his fingers on the like ran like just like a staircase throughout the one staircase throughout the whole big ass fucking warehouse, wiping his hand like looking for dust. And it's like, how the fuck can you dust and then do all this? And I remember I seen some meth head, dope head ass bitch. She been working there for years and she's still a regular employee. She didn't even get promoted. She's on the only reason she's the one working the hardest out of everyone, and she's high as fuck. So she's on that shit. So she can just be running around. This bitch is like doing this, doing 3 things at once. Is running here, doing this, and then dusting. And I'm like, this bitch is high out of her fucking mind. Once that crash comes, your ass gonna have to go home for like 2 weeks and take it and rest. Shit's craziness though, but whatever. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end this live stream though. But this is weird, man. Yeah. And is anybody? I'm gonna be doing another fast tomorrow or tonight, actually, starting tonight. So it's gonna go into tomorrow. If anybody wants to do that, let me know in the comments right now. And I'm gonna go live tomorrow morning. I don't know about tomorrow morning. Probably tomorrow evening I'll go live. I don't know. Like I'll see what's up, but I'll go live, and then when I go live, I'll talk about it. But I'm gonna for sure go live during my fast. I always love to go live during my fast. That's the best time to go live, is doing while I'm doing my fast. So, is it what are your thoughts on women getting plastic surgery? I don't really give a fuck, really. I really don't care. I really don't give a fuck. Obviously, they must have the money to do it because that shit's expensive. So anybody getting it, they must really want that shit because that shit hella expensive. Shit is fucking hilarious. Like you have some people say, "Oh, it's not natural. It's not that." Like shut the fuck up. Who really gives a fuck? To be honest, nothing's natural in this damn world. You ain't even natural. It's a fucking human. Like all the humans aren't even natural because you guys were created through different types of programming and mind control. Like, it's like when you program how humans think, because where the mind goes, the body goes. So over generations of programming humans act like fucking idiots now. The human now is not the same human hundreds of years ago. Like even though we may look the same, the way people act is not the same, and therefore, this is why people like. I remember in Nigeria, it's like a Nigerian slum is in Nigeria, and the water, the slum is built over like a river or something. It's a lot of was built over a water, and the water is like sewage water. So people shit, piss, and spit and all that crap. That's where it goes. It goes into that water, and the kids be swimming in that water and everything, and they don't get sick. They don't get sick. People say, "Oh, they don't get sick and they good." But if in the U.S., if you went over there, you get sick because the mind is different over here. It's programmed differently. Not every human over here is because some humans over here will be, but for the average, most people they'll get sick from just some little. They pick up something from the ground and they lick their hands and they didn't wash their hands or some shit. They get sick because fucking humans are weak in America. And plus, they put a lot of shit in the food out here that they don't put in the food. That's why people in the U.S. are more fucking mentally unstable. Like, if you ever like notice, like, because you guys, we're all on social media. You guys ever know, like, when you talk to somebody from the UK or another country, they don't act the same and talk the same as people in the U.S. People in the U.S. are more, especially women. Women in the U.S. are more like fucking emotional wrecks. You can't tell me I'm lying. Like women in the U.S. compared to foreign women are emotional wrecks. Like, let's not act like that's not the case. That's the case. I'm not saying women are foreign and are, but on average, like when you see a foreign woman, you can tell like they're just it's more like just easier to talk to and not feel like somebody got a stick in their ass or some shit. Like it's weird because you can't even do nice things for bitches because like me, I'd be a nice person. Like I'll help people or something, or like if I see a homeless person, I'm feeling generous, I'll give them some. And like I don't even like to give. Like if I don't even remember the last time I helped a homeless woman because they'll think you're trying to hit on them or they'll think that fucking you want something from them or is weird or even that they'll take it. But like, cause what I think is that like, and it's not just homeless, all types of women. Like I don't like to do nice things because they think you can't. When you're dealing with women, shit like that, they think that the nice thing you're doing is some sexual or some shit. First of all, like the way I look at it, if I'm trying to get like that, I'm not gonna be trying to offer you money or give you something. I'm gonna be it's a more of a mental connection. That's what I see. That's how I see it. Like before anything, unless I'm gonna go and pay for some fucking pussy or some shit, then okay. But for like relationship, that's more like a mental connection. If you just going out be in a date with somebody just for the fuck, that's the stupidest shit. You gotta get that's why you just go if you want to just fuck, go get prostitutes or go do one night stands or some shit. But like a lot of these bitches, they think you want something, or that's why I don't even like helping fucking like I don't remember the last time I helped a female like that. I helped female, don't get me wrong. Like the other female that she came the other day, I gave her a ride and shit, but that was because she was cool and everything. And so if they cool, but like most of the time, like I don't even like doing that shit. Because they think like you're trying to hit on them or something. I remember this one bitch actually like, why are you doing nice things? Like she said it in a nice way, but like it's sad because because what it is, a lot of these bitches like because men like it's like the same reason I don't feel like doing something because of what I just said. So other men they feel like that. So men don't really help women unless they're gonna really get something from it. So when a man is helping a woman have been trained. That's what I'm saying. Like they're all emotional wrecks. Like bitches out here are emotional wrecks. It's crazy. Because a lot of women in America are fucking like they're not healed. And men, I'm not saying men are good because it's a both. But when men aren't healed, we handle it better than when women ain't healed. Like when women ain't healed, then because a woman will project all her problems on the world. So a woman will be like, I can't get any good man in my life, and why can't I have a man that does this for me? But that's how women think. But women don't understand that there's other women out there who have what you want. But you can't compare yourself to that woman because that woman is actually somebody. You ain't shit, bitch. So you deserve a nigga that ain't shit, bitch. I hate how they try to make it look like, oh, the man needs to provide. No, where's the? It's both. Like a girl will be like, there'll be a bum ass girl with no business, no ambition, no fucking structure, doesn't even have anything together, don't even know how to cook or whatever. And then this bitch will sit there and be like, I can't get a man that can support me and do this for me. And bitch, you don't deserve. You deserve a man that's on your level. You ain't shit, so you deserve a bitch that ain't shit. And at least if the bitch was a fucking like you can go say, oh, you can get a sugar daddy or whatever. But at least that bitch, in order even to do that, you have to at least have some type of fucking money. Like usually bitches who do that sugar daddy and that hustle, they already have some type of hustle going. So they scammers. They scam men to give them money. So you can't compare yourself to a sugar lady, whatever the fuck they call it, because that's a scammer. That's like a fucking not catfish, but it's like a romance scam, but they're doing it physical. So the whole sugar daddy thing that had nothing to do with it is more because usually the women who do that, those are the women who invest in the BBL and all that other shit. Because usually people who get women who get BBL and the big lips, they do that to market themselves if they're escorts or if they're doing hustles. Then those type of women are, in my opinion, are actually more masculine because they're using their mind. They're fucking men for money, and they. So I'm not comparing those women's about business and shit. That's a whole. But these other bitches, they just want a man to like just sit there and want a man to talk on the phone with them all day. If a man can talk on the phone with you all day, he must not be building nothing because men are supposed to be building and doing shit and being busy. If a man isn't busy, that's feminine. If you really want to get technical in terms of the reality, I'm not just saying this like just out of my opinion. That's the energy. That's not no. That's like the masculine energy. So most women they'll say, "Oh, I need a man to do this, this, and that." But it's like, bitch, you don't deserve a man. And then on top of that, you want a man to provide you all these things, and then sit there and watch Netflix and fucking hold your hands all day and fucking lay in bed all day and waste time. Not saying you don't do that, but just all day, every day. And then on top of that, expect you to provide you a life. Like these bitches is stupid out here. That's why they ain't shit. And then they complain because most bitches are depressed. That's the thing I pick up on. And most women, they act fucking masculine. They have a deeper voice, and because this system forces people to be masculine because it's a Capricorn system. So it forces everyone to be masculine, and you have a business and you have to get, it's a doggy dog world. You got to provide, and no one's gonna, so women are forced to be masculine. Or women who got weak minds they are forced to be that. I'm about to get off, and I would do the live. Next time I'm gonna do it. I'll probably get on today or tonight, and I'll do it. I'll drop the link. I'm about to get off in a minute because I got some stuff to handle. But like these bitches really ain't shit though. Like I'm realizing that. Like at this point, they just good just to get, because what's gonna happen is like a lot of this shit is just it's just crazy, man. What's gonna happen though is pretty soon. Um, a lot of because they were talking about like, men going on to different countries, and I'm not saying like that's the thing that you need to be doing, but the way I look at it is like most women in the U.S. they're depressed, they're emotional. Most men in the U.S. are depressed and emotional. But men handle it a different way than women. Women handle it in a way of projecting everything and everything being the outside world's fault and not their own, because women feel like the world is owed to them. They feel like you need to provide and owe to them. But women are understanding that if you a bitch that ain't shit, you don't deserve shit. You have to be in that feminine energy and be in your divine feminine, what they call it. Just like men are supposed to be divine masculine, or they're going to be facing their own shit. It's not just the women shit, because the way the system is built is women is more catered to and men are not. But at the same time, there's no the women who ain't shit. Then this is what develops a toxic woman. When a woman feels like she can't um feel she can't control the world, then that's when she feels like shit, and that's when she becomes a demon. So now, since a lot of these bitches, they don't have a baby daddy, whatever, so they can't get child support. No man wants to put up with they shit. So this is where they become bitter Karens. Because, and then when a female, all a Karen is a female with regrets, an old lady, an old female with regrets. Because by the time a female reaches like her Saturn return, she's pretty much looked at as an old lady from the apps, from certain men's mind. She's looked at as that. Not saying that that's what it is, but they're looked at as that. So once they get to that age, that's when they start becoming Karens and shit. And then they start. This is if they go through their Saturn return and they don't pass the Saturn return test. If they pass the Saturn return test, they probably are in they shit. But most people, when they go through their Saturn return, it whoops their ass. So this is why a lot of bitches over that age, like the older, like I remember there's some females that were talking to me, and then my friends all like, she looked young, and I'm like, no, she's not young, she's old. And she said to her age, and she was like 28. And I'm like, the reason why I can tell she was 28, because when you see the average women today, when you see them that and they're over the age of 25, 26, they look defeated. Because the older you get, especially the older you get, the more experiences you go through. So when you go through more experiences, it wears and tears on your body compared to when you were younger. So this is why, like, you can see by the way I notice women that are over the age of 26, 27, probably close to their Saturn return after, they act very masculine. And not only that, they have a lot of insecurities, or they may, if they don't have a lot of insecurities, they're very angry and narcissistic. And that narcissism is anger. They have a lot of anger, because with bitches, they get angry. When you see a lot of bitches, they get, because like men, when we get angry, we take our anger out. We're like, fuck you, and we fight. But when women, because a lot of you guys go through depression, anxiety, and suicidal thought, whatever. You guys go through shit, just like every human being. So when women go through that, they since we're in a masculine system, they hide it. So how a woman hides that is she becomes narcissist. So she'll probably just act stuck up, or but really she's hurt and she's miserable. But since we're in a Capricorn system and you have to not show your emotions, they got to cover that up. Because if you're truly feeling genuine and happy, because I've seen women who feel genuinely happy and I can feel the energy, and I see women that feel stuck, I can see, because they got traumas. And then most of that stuff, that trauma has to do with men, then this is why they act like that. Like, just like a lot of men hate women and they complain, think of it as the same perspective, the same anger and hate you have, or not hate, but you just the misunderstanding of energy you have towards most women. Imagine that, but they're going through that, but with men. So it's the same fucking thing, because we're both spirits in a body at the end of the day. Before we're men and women, we're both spirits in a body. So we're all going through the same thing. It's just different. So you guys got to understand, like, these bitches, they going through their shit as well. And this is why they so fucked up. This is why the reason why most women ain't shit is because most women are depressed and emotional wrecks. In the other countries, they're not as much of emotional wreck because they don't put as much stuff in the food. There's not as much advertisement and programming. Well, nowadays it is because of the social media and everything, but the stuff that's in the food and in the air and in the chemicals and in even in the shirts and stuff, there's chemicals and the detergent. They don't put a lot of that shit in other countries that they do in America. So this is why when you look at an American person and you compare American person to anybody in the world in a different country, they're not going to be similar, because people in America are more mentally unstable and more disturbed. Because the chemicals, it fucks with the mind, and it amplifies the traumas and all the bullshit that people went through. So people in America are more like neurotic and more, this is why, like, is what I'm saying, compared to other countries. Why are we concerned with those types of women? I'm not concerned about any of these bitches. At the end of the day, it's like I can't even be around a bitch if her mind is fucked up. Like I could like if I want to treat you like a fucking slut and just use you for one thing, then that's fine. I don't that's different. And even then, if your energy's that bad, I might not even want to do that shit. But I'll slut some stupid ass bitch out. I don't give a fuck about that shit. But I'm talking about besides just using you as something, besides that shit, I can't deal with them if they're not thinking like me. That's why if you guys are going to go out with any type of female, make sure she's at least 21, 22, around that age. Obviously over 18, but like at least 21, 22, 20, probably, because then their mind is more blank. So therefore, like what Nature Boy did, he would get girls that were like 18, 19, and then he'll program them. So by the time they get older, it's not no bullshit. But you go get if you're gonna get a female that's in her 30s and up, or in her mid 20s up, she has to be healed. She has to be already doing the work. And most of the time, because we're in the spiritual community, that's impossible. Because by the time a woman gets spiritual, they're so fucked up because they got so much, like, remember I was talking about the spiritual thing, like they're not even it doesn't even become spiritual no more. It becomes like another religion. So like this world is just fucked up. And the Masons, they did they did they did a number on the mind control. It's like we're at a state right now where it's fucked up. Because even if you do get spiritual, like it's still a problem. So it's like it's not even about just this. Because what is spiritual really? Everyone's definition of that shit is different. So you can't even say these words anymore. Like when I say it, I mean it what I mean it. But when somebody else says it, they mean it some other shit. If you were overqualified from this area, from this experience, you wouldn't even be here. You couldn't incarnate. Because some people, some spirits, they can't incarnate. Yeah. But I'm probably gonna end up having that. Shit's craziness though. I'm thinking about taking some more trades, but I wanna like I'm kinda like wanna it's just it's such a pain in the ass to put money in this thing because in the US they have so much regulations with this. They don't wanna they don't I feel like they don't want people to be doing this in the US like this, because in order for me to put money on my account, I have to go buy Bitcoin and then send the Bitcoin to. It's gonna take like a fucking hour-long process just to do it, and it's just such a pain in the ass. I gotta go to the store, give them the cash, put it into my Bitcoin account for the app, and then I gotta download the app. All this dumbass stupid shit. Whatever, nigga. I'll do it later. Do you think you be wait because I feel like you can when you I feel like there's things I can be really great at, but I don't have an interest in doing those things. Then that means it's something you have a blockage. You're not really being yourself because you should want to do it. But I'm gonna be doing my fast. Are you still doing a fast? I'm gonna be doing my fast tomorrow or tonight. Actually, I'm gonna start another one, and I don't know how long this was gonna go. It might even go longer than 7 days. But I can't wait to do my shit tonight, man. Anybody who wants to join me on this fast, let me know. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in the astrology right now. So it's gonna get we got a full moon eclipse in Taurus by the end of this month, and that's why this month I'm gonna just be on my shit, do what I gotta do, so I don't get on this negative side of energy. Because when this full moon in Taurus comes, I'm gonna manifest something big, and I'll show you guys. Or I'm gonna be, and then it don't have to be something physical. It could be, well, Taurus. It could be something physical, but it could just be something I'm doing. But I'm already doing because I'm just starting my trading and everything, and this astrology is not supposed to fuck you up. Like when you're not supposed to look at it like, oh, the astrology fucks me up, or it's supposed to like teach you, because the reason it's fucking you up is because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. So right now, let's just say The moon's about to go into Libra right now, so it's a solar eclipse. So back in April, when we had the full moon, or we had the new moon in Aries, you were supposed to be doing something from then till now, and all the pain, because the way astrology works is what you're experiencing now from the transit isn't just what's going on right now. So the reason you're experiencing these what's going on right now, like the blockages, and you saying it's the astrology because you didn't do what you're supposed to be doing. If, let's just say 3 months ago you were doing everything you were supposed to be doing, by this time you'll be experiencing the opposite effect. So you'll actually probably manifest something great, and you'll be seeing the results of it right now. But since you didn't do all that, because what's going on right now is a representation of the past moons and transits that were already taking place. Because like right now we have a solar eclipse, and it's coming up right now. So this solar eclipse, this phase is going to last all the way until May, which is going to be around May, which is going to be the full moon in Scorpio eclipse, that new moon. So it's a process. So whatever happens then is going to be because you didn't do some shit right now until then. So that's why you got to be on it. So when these transits happen, you're on the positive side. So when a transit happens, something good will happen. Like you probably would have been, if you were on your shit right now and doing what you're supposed to be doing, your health would probably be better. You might have probably had a situation where you're not going through the problems you're going through right now, or something happened where you're in a better mindset, and just as much as you're complaining right now, you'll be feeling good. So take the amount of anger and energy and pain that you feel right now at this moment, and imagine if it was opposite. So just as much pain you're feeling is just as much pleasure. You would probably been experiencing something that created that in you if you were to do what you were supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? So you want to be on the right side of energy. You're on the wrong side. And then you can tell when you speak with the nothingness, it doesn't come in words, it comes in feeling. Anytime you have you know how when you do something bad at school and you have to have a conference with your parents, anytime when you're having a conference with the nothingness and that with self, the spirit, it doesn't come in words really. It comes in you feeling guilty, or you feeling a certain way, like I should have done. That's a conference. Like I told your ass. That's how it speaks. It speaks in emotion. So you guys got to understand what's going on here. But I'm gonna have to go, and I'm gonna have to end this live stream because I need to go and do some things today, and I'll get on later. I'll probably get on in a couple hours or some shit. We'll see. Peace.